Welcome to SVG-TV's news for Wednesday, June 8, 2016. I am Rochelle Batiste with the details. Millions more have been allocated for the geothermal renewable energy project here. This announcement was made yesterday at a media conference held at Cabinet Room by Minister of Sustainable Development, Camilo Gonzalez, who said that the United Kingdom government made a grant contribution of £4 million. Minister Gonzalez said by 2019, this country, which is 20% dependent on renewable energy from hydro and solar power, will receive a further 50% to 60% from geothermal when completed.
Which we anticipate to be delivering geothermal energy to the homes of Vincentians in early 2019. And by that time, currently St. Vincent and the Grenadines is 20% of our energy is from renewable resources, which is mainly hydro and some solar. By 2019, we're going to flip that, and we will have 80%. So we're going now from 20% renewable, 80% fossil fuel. We're going to flip that by 2019. We'll be 80% renewable and 20% fossil fuel, because geothermal energy is going to provide, in rough terms, about 50% of the base load of the electricity that's required.
The Sustainable Development Minister says that a further $9.5 million has also been received through the Caribbean Development Bank's Renewable Energy Grant Program. He explained that this will facilitate the actual drilling of La Soufrière, but if this is unsuccessful, they will not have to repay the loan, which will become a grant from the CDB.
You're not guaranteed in each hole that you drill that you will hit the right amount of steam and heat for geothermal energy. And if the money that we spend is, if we are unsuccessful in the drilling effort that is paid for by this, the money is a grant. But if we hit commercially viable resources, geothermal resources, that grant becomes a soft loan, so they can recover it if it's successful. So this is one sense where we want to pay back the money, because we want to be successful in our first attempt, and we've done extensive preliminary work, so we're very confident that when we drill, we will be drilling in the right place.
Inclement weather, postponement in the transaction of monies, as well as the relocation of the historic petroglyphs are some of the reasons given for delay in the completion of the construction of the Argyle International Airport. At a media conference yesterday, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonzalez acknowledged that while monies are still owed to landowners at Argyle, acquiring title deeds for some of them to receive their money is also causing setbacks, as well as delays in the financing of the recent sale of 40 acres of lands in Carnival for $20 million because of internal disagreement with business owners.
Say, okay, you're getting the money next month. So I don't make arrangement to try and find another source. I say, okay, next month it's coming. But it's 3 months' time. At which point do you then seek an alternative source? But it's not inside of the supermarket as though you can pick it up like a tin of corned beef. I had to go and negotiate it. I had to go through all the legal instruments and so on and so forth. Same thing happened. Negotiate money with Taiwan. Yes, you're supposed to get the monies at a particular time, but they have procedural delays. What can I do? Same thing with Alba Bank. So it's not that you didn't have the money at hand, but from time to time you had a delay in the receipt of the monies which you have agreed upon with your partners.
The Prime Minister says that for 3 years, inclement weather caused problems to the drainage system under the runway, and getting experts to assist with the relocation of the historical petroglyphs was also a challenge.
Now we got the petroglyphs dealt with. What would your grandchildren would have thought of me if I just blew up our history? Huh? that the petroglyph's not there. What they would have thought of me? That the Ralph behave like a Philistine. He built an airport, but he behave like a Philistine. How you really block the history like that? You know? But people who don't ever do anything and just talk, they don't appreciate these things.
And PM Gonzalez says by the end of this month, the announcement of an international air carrier from the United States that will be facilitating passengers to and from the soon-to-be-open Argyle International Airport could be announced. PM Gonzalez explained that he did not want to hastily publicize the details, noting the contract has already been finalized.
It's an international carrier out of the United States. And the announcement will be made hopefully before the end of June. So why don't you call the name of the airline? Now, you sign an agreement with the airline, an international carrier out of the US. They hear you make the announcement that they're coming. They would want to make the announcement in which they consider most appropriate. I mean, can't the persons who are demanding me say it, can't they appreciate that? They think I'm some kind of kunumunaga just run out my mouth and it.
High commendation have been given to the winning United Workers' Party of St. Lucia by this country's opposition leader, Anim Eustace. Eustace says he is pleased the new leader, Alan Chasney, is already putting things in place for the further development of the country.
I'm very pleased that the UWP won the elections in St. Lucia. I was expecting that outcome based on the information I was given over the last few months. So I'm very pleased that that has come into being, and I want to congratulate the UWP on, again, coming to office in St. Lucia, and to Prime Minister Alan Chasney, I send greetings. I've made some contact with them already, and I know they are busy, already busy, putting their government in place.
Eustace also commended St. Lucians for ensuring that their elections were free and fair. He also expressed congratulations to former Prime Minister Stephenson King, who won his seat by over 4,000 votes.
I wish them the best. I know they have very good policies and programs which they have set out in their manifesto for the people of St. Lucia, and I think they have begun to work already. They didn't even give a holiday for the election. They set time to go to work, and I agree with that. But I'm very pleased. I'm very, very pleased they are elected. And I noticed there were no real problems in terms of any corruption in the polls, anything of the sort, unlike what we have here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So I wish them all the best, and I look forward to cooperation with them over the years to come.
Head of the Major Crime Unit of the RSVG Police Force, Atlan Brown, is pleading for persons to cooperate with the authorities in solving some of the crimes being committed here. Speaking with SVG-TV News earlier today, Inspector Brown referred to recent crimes which he said occurred in broad daylight in the presence of a number of persons. However, he said some are unwilling to lend their assistance to the police with their investigations.
Now we're seeking their assistance, they sort of renegade. And whatever it takes, we'll still assist them whenever it comes to that, really. But we asking persons, whenever they see heinous crimes like this, please come forward and assist the police, really. Now, there's this special measure system in place where we could always protect persons' identity. That has been a legislation that has been passed since sometime in December 2013. Yeah? Where we can, voice can be modulated, the face can be blurred, provide information, we protect your identities. It's quite similar, I think, to the British system, so that the witness or the victim doesn't get to see the perpetrator. So those are the steps that we actually take now.
The MCU head said the hike in this country's crime rate is disturbing and can hamper the tourism industry. He gave the assurance that they are continuously working to improve their strategies in solving some of these crimes.
We haven't given up on investigation. Investigation really don't die. Okay, if you look at the American system, for example, you will see them arresting somebody but for an offense that has been committed for 30 years or so. No, we are really no different really. Once the exhibits are secured properly, we can always take them to the appropriate labs, if it's so be, and get them tested and maybe some positive results there.
Because St. Vincent is a very, very small and close community.
It is.
I mean, why would it, or why should it take so long to get certain crimes solved?
I say for various reasons. For example, as I mentioned earlier, persons are not cooperating with the police. They are the ones with the information. We need their assistance. Number two, forensically, sometimes when you go to scenes, the perpetrators, as far as possible, we try to destroy any exhibit that's on the scene. That's a trend that we're seeing taking place now.
To date, this country's homicide rate stands at 16, which, according to Brown, has doubled that of 2015. Residents of Bottom Glass, Borley, yesterday witnessed the body of Garfield Harry washed ashore. Harry, 50, was reported missing since Sunday. He was allegedly drinking and went out to sea on a small dinghy. SVG-TV News spoke with some of his distraught family members earlier today. According to Geronimo Harry, it was very unusual of his brother not to pay his usual visit to their mother's home. He said though they would have their usual brotherly quarrels, he has never known his brother to be in any conflict.
He's a kind of person, he never met much about it. And people mostly does interfere with him and things. Anyway, if somebody interfere, he go to a customer with but you know, a person who make trouble and things.
Right. So he was not in any conflict at the time with anyone?
No.
Okay.
That's why his Sunday come and chippy make it. And then he laughs, but now he don't see anyway.
And naturally you guys will go out and, you know, check around for him?
Yeah, we I've been going and check for him. But you didn't see him, so after quite a tap up, so he broke up now and then died down with the anti-mango tree. They are spying there, so they stay, they spy and so they're looking coming. See what thing coming on. Yeah, we come all the whole head and mash up at it. But I didn't come to here all day.
Meantime, mother of the deceased, Ann Edwards, said she got news of her son's death around 5 yesterday evening. The distraught mother says she constantly spoke to her son on living a cautious life.
Because I used to talk to him, tell him when he drink, don't go and you see.
So he was a heavy drinker?
Yes, but with friends.
Did you guys have a close relationship?
Yes, please. Because he used to come here, change and go. If I have anything, I give him.
The deceased Harry was the father of 5 children and was employed with the town board. In other news, the University of the West Indies Open Campus will commence its lecture series Issues in International Affairs tomorrow, June 9th from 7 p.m. at the UWI Lecture Hall. Dr. Marlene Arts, lecturer in economics at the University of the West Indies UWI, the St. Augustine campus, Trinidad and Tobago, will deliver the lecture on the topic Energy, Security and Development in Caribbean Island States. Dr. Arts has served as head of the economics department and also as deputy dean in the faculty of social sciences at St. Augustine. She has over 15 years experience as an economist focusing on areas of sustainable development and research and environmental economics. Additionally, Dr. Ars has worked internationally with the Inter-American Development Bank, the IADB, in Washington and consulted for a number of international agencies, including Department for International Development and the UN ECLAC, as well as the Caribbean Development Bank and the Caribbean Disaster and Emergency Management Agency, CDEMA. Jason Saint-Hilaire of the St. Mary's Roman Catholic Primary School and Otisha Nichols of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Girls High School emerged as the junior and senior local finalists respectively of the 2016 Florida Caribbean Cruise Association Environmental Poster Competition. Both local winners used their creativity to depict different ways in which one can reuse, recycle, renew the Caribbean. The finalist posters were forwarded to the FCCA Selection Committee earlier this week, and the committee will determine a first, second and third place winner for the two categories from the posters submitted to the FCCA by participating Caribbean countries. Apart from encouraging students to be environmentally conscious, the competition also provides a scholarship reward to the first, second and third place winners and their schools. The first place winner will receive US $3,000, the second place US $1,500 and the third place $1,000. The school will also receive the same amount as the winner. All finalists except the first, second and third place winners will be rewarded for their efforts with US $200 each. Another important competition promoted by the association is the FCCA essay competition, which is once again open to all schools across St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The deadline for the 2016 FCAA essay competition is the 24th of June 2016. Students are asked to write on the topic, if you were a cruise passenger, what would you want to see and do in your destination? The prizes are the same as the FCCA poster competition. Carnival Beat is coming up. Stay with us. Welcome to Carnival Beat this evening. Carnival should be about music. That's the concept behind the St. Vincent Brewery Limited Hiron Bear Feel the Beat Vincy Mars promotion. The Under the Crown promotion kicks off today, June 8th, and will run until the 9th of July 2016. Speaking at the promotion launch earlier today, Operations Commercial Manager at the St. Vincent Brewery Limited, Shafia London Williams, highlighted that the promotion forms part of the company's promise to offer exciting promotion to their loyal customers. Outlining that the Feel the Beat promotion captures the concept of Carnival along with the celebration of local music, London Williams noted that persons can expect to win numerous Hiron branded products and cash prizes ranging from 10 to 50 EC dollars.
When persons buy Hiron Bear and look under the crowns, you can instantly win attractive prizes such as Hiron branded headphones, Bluetooth speakers, free Hiron Bear, Carnival costumes, show tickets, and Hiron branded gifts, and of course cash. All the prizes can be won instantly when a consumer 18 years and over, of course, looks under a Hiron crown for the season. The prizes are redeemable at the Camden Park office of the St. Vincent Brewery Limited or from any sales trucks. The bears, however, can be redeemed at different shops nationwide.
Keeping in mind the no bottle policy, London Williams noted that persons will still receive their crowns once they make a purchase of Hiron Bear, noting that the more crowns collected, the better chances one has of winning the Feel the Beat promotion.
We would be definitely encouraging consumers to ask for their crowns. In previous years, we have not really placed much emphasis on that. So this year, we would be doing a special ad that will emphasize consumers asking the shopkeepers for their crowns. So we encourage and we ensure that we advise persons that they must serve the cans, and we provide cups to persons. So even if you buy from the bottle, you can still get your crown. The bartender will keep the bottle and offer you a Hiron cup, but you can still get your crown.
With the successful staging of the 2016 Miss SVG pageant, the Carnival Development Corporation Beauty Shows Committee now places its focus on the Miss Carival pageant slated for Friday, July 1st, 2016 at Carnival City, Victoria Park. This year's pageant will be held under the theme 31 Years of Pageantry and will see the participation of 10 beauties from across the Caribbean competing for the coveted title. They include a representative from Anguilla, Barbados, Dominica, Grenada, Montserrat, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, Trinidad and Tobago, Venezuela, and host country St. Vincent and the Grenadines, who will be represented by the recently crowned Miss SVG 2016, Nikian O'Williams. Patrons are being promised an exciting showcase with feature artist Marlon Rudat, who will be making his first appearance on stage at the Victoria Park since his international debut.